What's up, guys? It's CrazyMaze98, aka Nicholas Morales, founder of the EHG gaming community. And right now, today is a special day because I actually have someone with me that is, gonna be willing to talk to me about, gaming and everything. So it's my friend ShadowKnight, and she's actually a Twitch streamer. So a very good Twitch streamer that literally plays games like from League of Legends, and she started Apex, and she does Fortnite as well. So in the description is going to be a link to her Twitch channel, so make sure to go ahead and give her that nice follow. So I'm just going to conduct a little interview with her today. So how you doing? How's everything going with you?
Hi, everything fine today.
Okay, so for this channel, we do a lot of interviews with different gamers, try to give gamers, different types of shine or like their experience in the gaming community. So before anything, I just want to know what got you into becoming a gamer. Like, what game did you like from the beginning? What game series did you like that helped you grow to becoming a gamer?
Yeah, I'd say it was A Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo, the SNES. I've legit been playing it for as long as I can remember. Like, I don't have a first memory of the first time I played it. All I remember is that the SNES, like, it wouldn't save very well, so I was a little kid. I didn't know it wasn't saving, so I would just play the same thing over and over. And then as I grew up, I just wanted to keep playing the other games, and then I realized, like, oh, the game doesn't end there, and I just wanted to keep playing other Zelda games. So I'd say that just the whole Zelda thing was the hook for me for becoming a gamer. I didn't start online gaming until I was in like college because I didn't have internet, and so yeah. But I'd say it was Zelda.
Okay, so you start off with Zelda. Like for me, it was different. It was Mega Man, but with that we have like a bunch of characters, especially from Zelda and other series. Like, but like I know probably you have other series that you like besides Zelda. So, what is your favorite character from any series that is like from any game series that you like, and the reason why you like them?
Well, might be biased, but like one of them is Link, obviously, since he was like the first character that I bonded with. There's this main character you just really like in the game. So I really like Link. From any other series, I think that from the Mario ones, I like Rosalina, because I also played a lot of Mario, and then I played a little bit of Mario Galaxy. I didn't even like complete the game, but when I saw Rosalina, like, I think she was my favorite one from Mario.
Oh, okay.
I really mostly stuck to Nintendo up until I was in college.
So with that in college, you switched to like PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, and on those other areas, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty cool as well. With a lot of different like consoles, every different types of like platforms that we have. With me, I was with Nintendo, PlayStation. I have like an Xbox once in a while. So I want to know, what console did you start off with? Which console?
The first one.
Yes. Which console was like your first one that you started off with, and why was it like, well, I can't say why it was because certain reasons, but what were the things about it that that literally pulled you towards playing more games on it?
Well, the first one ever was the SNES, and I remember a little bit after that I had a Game Boy Advance, I think it was the one that was like kind of long horizontally. I honestly just liked everything about those consoles, like the retro themes, like the music. I think it was 16-bit back then. I don't know, there was like even the graphics, like I was endeared by them. As I grew up, it just like it's just nostalgic. Like you hear songs from those games and you just get pulled back. So I think I just got absorbed right into all of that, and I basically just grew up evolving with them, because I remember I got the DS, and then I got the DSi, then the Wii, then the Wii U. So like whenever one of them would like come out new, I just wanted it. So I guess like ever since I was little and I started with the SNS, like that was it. I just wanted to keep playing, probably because I'd spend hours there. Like it was really enjoyable, and at first that was it. After I grew up, I realized that it was good to just step back from reality for a little bit and just enjoy a different world, I guess, where anything you wanted to do was possible.
Oh, okay. Now, as I said, you have many different consoles that you started on, but which one was your legit favorite? Like for me, out of all of them, I just had to say, it had to be like a couple of different ones for me. So, so which one would be your legit favorite at the moment?
I would say the Nintendo DS. That's where I started like gaming a lot, and I'd say the PlayStation 3, because it was the first taste of something that wasn't Nintendo that like really hooked me. Because the thing is, like, usually the games for PlayStation, like they had more, maybe like they were more graphic or had more violence, so like they weren't really allowed here. And they always told me like they were just bad. So I grew up actually believing like anything aside from Nintendo was trash. But then the more I saw, I was like, no, this is not bad, I'm just not allowed to play it. So when I got into the PlayStation 3 for the first time, I remember it was with Tomb Raider. And from there I just kept trying other games like Skyrim, GTA, and I really liked it because it was the first time I saw something different from the Nintendo. So I'd say it was the DS and then the PS3.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Like a lot of different games that we explored here. I hear a lot of like Tomb Raider, you know, Legend of Zelda. So like, I would think that the adventure games are like mostly like the area that you enjoy the most.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So like, what?
Yeah.
So what would you say like out of those genres, like especially you know adventure, we have action, we have you know, I have puzzle games, RPG. There are, by many different areas, especially different consoles, there are different series. Like for instance, there is the Persona series for me for the RPG area, Skyrim for you know the actual adventure area for me. What would you say the genre that literally just grabs you the most besides the actual adventure area?
I got a lot into fighting games for a while. Like, I know it's not exactly a series, but like I was really into it for some time. Like I played Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Smash. I stuck into that for like a year. I just played fighting games and stepped back a little bit from adventure. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now,
yeah.
As I stated before, you are a streamer on Twitch, and you know a lot of people will get into streaming for a reason. Like I got into streaming because I wanted to spread the idea of a positive gaming community, you know, non-toxic gaming. And I want to know what got you to get into streaming. Like, was it just the fact that you know you wanted to grab an audience and have people to watch and play games with you, like play Apex or even Fortnite, or is it like you want to give like, you know, like some sort of entertainment through gaming? What would be the reason why you got into streaming?
I'd say it was a little bit of both, but mostly because at the time that I started streaming, it was only League of Legends. Like it was way before Fortnite. It's been almost 2 years since I started streaming. I would say it's because I didn't really have like a group of people I could always play with. So the idea of having people enjoy like the gameplay with me and just interact with me, or see me streaming and then be like, hey, I'll add you, let's play together, and just like having people to play with, I guess that's what really motivated me to get into streaming at first. Yeah.
Okay, one thing that I want to state, especially with our gaming community, as I said, we're all about positive gaming and like, you know, non-toxic gaming. Like, we have like a bunch of people who are extremely toxic, like, especially in League of Legends, where it's a major thing. Like, if you do things like you play a wrong character in mid lane or bottom lane or top lane or even jungle, then you'll literally get torn apart. Or if you get killed once, like I could play as for instance, let's take an example from League of Legends. Let's say I'll play as Blitzcrank, tank or support. Then let's go ahead and say that, and I die once, and everybody would say automatically I'm trash. Or if something like, if I die once in Overwatch, some people would say stuff like that. Have you ever had any type of experience like that in League of Legends or in any other game that you actually play?
Yeah, literally, like, sadly, it shouldn't be that way, but sadly, it's literally daily. Like, I play League of Legends almost every day, and then every time I play, I go through at least one of those scenarios. In Overwatch, I never really, like, that never really happened to me because I stayed out of the voice chat. But then, as you know, in League of Legends, they have the little chat in the game, so they just start flaming you through there. And it does happen a lot, and it kind of affects my like streaming experience too, because since I drop the link for people to see it at the end of the game, sometimes they just bring their whole toxicity into my stream, because they just go from the game into the stream so they can, like, the Twitch chat, so they can continue like flaming. And usually, like, the moment they see I'm a girl, that's when they stop flaming because I'm bad, and it just turns into flaming because I'm a girl. Like, it doesn't matter if you do things wrong or right. Sometimes I've been flamed even when I did things right. So it gets pretty hard, but, like, you know, there's the good and the bad. Sadly, I wish it wasn't that way, but yeah, it's like something we have to deal with.
That is definitely a true part of it. What a lot of people don't realize, honestly, is that, especially in the gaming community, it comes from, like, in many different sides of it. Like, for instance, I'll give an example. There are the gamers that actually, you know, who are female, and then, you know, who are, you know, of like different in any type of way. Like, it can even go to a point where someone who is gay or lesbian or, you know, transgender, to a point where, you know, people would literally get onto the actual platform and start being rude to each other, you know.
Yeah.
So my question is that with being a girl who is in the gaming community, do you feel as if, you know, many people do not give, you know, the real gamers, like the female gamers that actually you know, game because they love to game, you know, like, they don't give them a fair chance?
I think that's true, because, for example, in League of Legends, my main role is ADC. And then a lot of people, when they see I'm a girl, they just say, why don't you just stick to support? Like, you're a girl, you're supposed to be supporting. And just nonsense like that. Like, they don't give many girls a chance to choose what they want. Like, I have female friends that love gaming and they want to play different roles, but they've literally told me, like, I'm just scared because I'm just scared because they just tell me to go where I belong and stuff like that. So I think that it's true. They don't get as much of a chance sometimes to play what they want, because there's a certain, like, expectation of them. Like, people just want them to sit back and heal and stuff like that. And even when they do, they still call them trash and all sorts of things.
That's understandable.
So, yeah.
In other areas, there are actual, you know, female gamers that do stream, but in certain reasons that they end up getting a lot of problem because they end up showing, you know, a little too much. The problem is with certain areas, a lot of people say that, you know, it's a call for attention, and some female streamers have done that. What is your opinion on those type of streamers?
I mean, I totally agree with you on that one. I definitely think that basically, as a woman, in doing that, in taking your body and using it basically to take advantage and take the spotlight off of other female players that are literally just gaming and putting it on you and your sexualized body, I think you're like against the cause. Like, for example, I'm also a cosplayer, and I've had this problem where, like, I've made legit cosplays, and people sometimes are like, okay, yours is good, and then some other female cosplayer, she does a cosplay supposedly of the same character, but she's literally only wearing like a bikini and a bra, and they're like, oh, she definitely nailed it, and like, no, she's just like showing her body, and I'm like sticking to the real character. And like, I think they're going against the whole empowering movement, because the community like of female gamers, like, it's supposed to be for gaming as a girl, not for taking your body and making it an object for the male gaze to, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not making it about the game anymore. It's about males just liking their content, which is sexualization. Yeah. So I think it just goes against the cause. It actually damages female players, like actual female players, more than it helps them.
That's definitely a good point that you stated. One thing that I have seen is that, you know, in certain areas, like, even male or female can be very, very toxic. Like, in certain areas it could be very, like, you know, it could vary between both. I think it also varies in between what type of games. You know, like, there's, like, for instance, like, there's a couple of videos that I actually have about, you know, toxic gamers. Like, some of them were female, some of them were male, and then I just try to figure out why it gets to that point. Do you think that, like, people get toxic just for, you know, the heck of it, or sometimes they get triggered that they don't get, you know, enough of help, or is it just like some people tend to, like, literally just want to go ahead and try to be bullyish and think they can't be punished in an area where they actually can be?
Yeah, I definitely think it's a mix of things. Like, I think it's several factors playing around, because I've met people online that they're really nice and stuff, and like, we made a friendship and everything, but then I see them flaming other people, and I'm like, why would you do that? Like, I've questioned flamers before and toxic people before. Like, just chill, we're just playing, it's just a bad game for that person, let them be. And they just, some people just close their mind into it, and they're like, no, they're just bad, they should uninstall, and literally they just like flaming others. There's other people that would even flame you as a friend. Like, I've had people that AFK on me, they don't care if I'm their friend or not. Like, if I lose the game, if I had a bad game experience, they don't care. They do the same to me or to someone they don't know. And then I also think there's definitely people that say and do stuff online because they know that they won't be punished. Because, for example, League of Legends has the report system, but I feel that for certain things, they don't really follow their own rules. Like, I've reported people for leaving the game, and they immediately banned them. But, for example, I've reported people twice because they said really bad sexist stuff. Like, somebody literally just told me that because I was a female gamer, I should be raped and beaten, and I was like, okay, and then he just flamed me the whole game. I reported it, and like Riot Games never did anything about it. So I think there's people that they definitely know they won't be punished for their actions, so they just go ahead and bully people, like, in the game.
Okay, that's a very good point. Speaking of toxic, I'm not gonna lie. I have my times where I can be very toxic because I can be like on rage. So I'm not gonna say that I'm not guilty of that.
Yeah.
So like, but I'm trying to change that as much as I can. I just have like a very, like, I have a different way of like, you know, expressing my anger. Like sometimes it won't be because like our team is bad. Sometimes it will be because I'm getting my ass handed to me by another player. So, yeah. So like, has there ever been a time where, you know, you've been toxic yourself, like in true honesty, like, or have like raged or have just like left the game? Because trust me, I think everyone has done it at least once.
Yeah, I think I've never left a game because I'm always scared of like getting banned or something. But I have been toxic before. The thing is, like, usually if there's someone like playing badly or something like that, I usually won't say anything unless they say anything. Like, I've had, like, that's when I get toxic or rage against them and start flaming them. The moments when I have done that is because someone's been playing badly and I've been commenting on it with my friends, like, oh, this person, like, they're losing the game for us. And then that person goes and be like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, what? Shut up. And then I start like flaming them the whole game, like, look at how bad you're doing, look at you, why are you talking about me? So like, I think I definitely have had those moments too. But lately I've been behaving myself on that aspect because I think that can really affect your image as a streamer and stuff like that. And yeah, I just go ahead and try to be like, it's okay, maybe you're just having a bad game, it happens to everyone. But I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, I've been there, I've done that.
That is definitely true. Especially with me, I've done that at one point. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah.
But with that, as you said, like, you know, there is a lot of ways that people treat, you know, females in gaming. I don't think a lot of people understand that females have a major place in gaming. You know, especially, you know, in certain areas, like in streaming, and especially many iconic characters, you know, from gaming are female. Like, for instance, Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. You have like Chun-Li from Street Fighter. You have Samus from Metroid. And a lot of people don't see like how much of a contribution they have done. So do you feel as if, like, when it comes to a lot of representation for games and or from like different platforms, do you think that females get a lot of representation within games or even like different types of, like, you know, platforms?
Honestly, I have mixed feelings in that area because I took a class on video game psychology, and I realized that even when they do get a lot of female representation, usually, like, either they're a damsel in distress who needs to be rescued, or if they're the hero, for example, like in Lara Croft in Tomb Raider, like, Lara Croft is her own thing, like, she doesn't need any saving, she's the one saving the world and stuff like that. We see that they always have to fulfill certain expectations on, like, looks. They always have to be very appealing to the eye, and they certainly usually have a lot of sexualization to them. So that kind of creates the notion that in order to be badass, you have to be sexy or attractive, according to what the standards of, like, being attractive or sexy is. So I think that it's kind of, how do I put it? Like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, yes, you get represented, but it's always by a certain type. Like, there's a stereotype for female representation. Like, yeah, you can't really be badass without being this or that or wearing this or that. So that's why I have mixed feelings about that.
That's understandable. All right, so one last question, and then this interview is gonna be concluded. There is, as you said, with these communities, what is something that you would like to make a difference in? What would you like to change within these communities that are so toxic? You know, like even if it's for females, even if it's for like, you know, any type of player, what is one major thing that you would like to go ahead and change within this community?
Honestly, I think people should be just a little bit more empathic. Like, I know there's people that could play the game a lot better, but for example, I've had days where I'm just bummed out and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna play League and get my mind off of it, and then I end up worse than before I started playing. And that's not the idea of gaming. Like, to me, gaming is very special because you can just let go of reality for a little while, forget your daily problems, and just enjoy a game for a while. But no, these people, like, they're toxic without thinking about it, and you don't know what that person is going through. Like, I've had people in games, in League of Legends, for example, that they just start apologizing that they're playing badly, and they beg to stop being flamed at because they're having a horrible day. Like, you don't know what people are going through behind that screen. So whether you're a female or a male, like, I think flaming should just be toned down a lot, because toxicity helps no one, and it just makes the game not enjoyable. And that's literally the whole opposite of what games are for. Games are for entertaining and enjoying and having fun. And sorry, I think that toxicity just ruins the whole gaming experience for everyone. So that's, like, it doesn't matter who you are or what's your gender. I just think it should stop.
I highly agree with you. Do you like? Well, yeah, of course that was the last question. You know, I actually have one more. Sorry.
Okay, it's fine.
That's a good thing because now we have a lot more, you know, conversation going on. Do you feel as if, because in certain areas like esports, there's not also that much representation for females? Like, there was a story behind Overwatch League where there was a supposed player who was acting like a female in the Overwatch League. I saw
that, yeah.
And
they made him prove that he was a girl and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that ended up causing a lot of drama. But there is at least one girl in the Overwatch League who is part of the Shanghai Dragons, which is an Overwatch League team. Do you think that a lot of companies should look a lot more for in the female gamer area, especially, you know, when it comes to esports? Because there are actual female gamers that are very, like, high rank. Like, for instance, I know a girl who's an amazing League of Legends player. I know two girls who are probably one of the best McCrees I've seen. So do you feel as if, you know, many people should give a lot more chance in the Overwatch area?
Yeah, definitely, because I've seen the same thing happen over and over, where, like you said, like, girls are good at the game, and then they don't have enough representation, like, in the esport, area. I remember there was, she wasn't from Overwatch, she was, I think, from League of Legends. She was a high-ranked player, and I think she was a transsexual female, and she got shunned so much that she just she was forced to leave the team because people would just talk trash to her so much. And also, I think that how do you say that, like, the people from Overwatch or from League or just from the company per se, I think they should also look forward into having more female representation and instead of closing the opportunities on them. Because there was this referee, for example, fired from Riot Games because the male player said she was too distracting, and then Riot fired her. So, like, as a female, I think sometimes there's not much representation because they don't expect to get that far, because they know how sometimes they get treated. Like, oh, I'm never gonna make it over there because I'm a girl. Like, I spent one entire year debating if I should start streaming or not because of that. I was like, I'm a girl, so unless I show a little too much, I'm not gonna be successful or anything. And then I had even decided to start streaming as a boy, like to just disguise myself as a boy. And I was like, you know what, no, I'm just gonna do it. Whatever happens, happens, it's fine. So I definitely think that there's too little representation of females in the esport area, but sometimes the companies are also to blame because they let these things happen. So, yeah.
Alright. Now,
yeah.
Now, do you feel as if that the certain rules should be very strict when it comes to like any type of toxicity? Because like for instance, when people see the toxicity and everything, they say that the toxicity helps fuel competition. But in another area, when it comes to a lot of like toxic, like, you know, games like Overwatch and League of Legends, and this is legit gonna be the last question, do you think that most companies should crack down a little bit more on that? Do you feel like, you know, most companies should just like get a little bit more, I would say, like strict on it, and actually like monitor some games or monitor some servers? Do you think that they should literally have a rule on that, or a system that will help them get players to be less toxic, like the endorsements? Do you think that should happen a lot in many other games?
Yeah, I definitely think it should be a thing, because like I said before, toxicity, it doesn't really help the case. Like, you're not gonna play better because someone is pushing you and calling you trash, and you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna do better because this person tells me to. Like, sometimes if you're doing bad, you're doing bad. Like you said, you're getting your ass handed to yourself. Like, sometimes you can't change your gameplay just like that. And also, I think toxicity is on another level. Like, nothing positive comes out of it. I would say that maybe criticism might help. Like, if I tell you, oh, next time, I don't know, tell me when you're gonna gank, instead of, oh, you're a trash jungler. There's a difference between those two. Like, it's different if I tell you what you did wrong and what you could do to improve it, or I give you a tip to do better next time, than if I just tell you, oh, you're so bad. It's like stress versus anxiety. Like, a little bit of stress is good motivation to do stuff. Like, if I'm stressed about a test, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna study. Like, it motivates me. Now, if I'm anxious about my test, it's gonna be too much and I'm not gonna be able to study or even focus. I think it's the same with toxicity. Like, for me, toxicity is like a synonym for anxiety, and it doesn't help you at all. Like, your gameplay from there, it just goes down. Like, usually in my toxic team play experience, like in League of Legends, when they're being super toxic, we usually lose. So I don't think there's a positive correlation between toxicity and competitivity and then positive performance in gaming. So yeah, I just think it's bad. Nothing good comes out of it.
That's understandable. Alright, well, thank you very much for having this little interview with me. I actually hope that a lot of people, you know, get a little eyeful of this and understand this a little bit, and you know that it actually makes a lot of changes in the gaming community. So I appreciate you very much. I appreciate you very much for that. Yeah, and if anything, you know, I know that you just got the PlayStation, so if anything, I know I'll try to help you as much to try to game a little bit more on PlayStation. If anything, so you could probably join our streams and stuff. So
yeah,
so yeah, so with that, it will be a major deal here. So, but guys, this was a nice little interview I had with Silent Knight. Of course, go ahead and give a follow to her Twitch. The Twitch will be linked in the description. You know, make sure to take a look at her content. You know, probably throw in, like, you know, a nice little follow on the Twitch, you know, and subscribe to her as well on Twitch. But definitely thank you for watching this interview. Make sure to subscribe to EH Gaming. Also, make sure to subscribe to the moderators in the description and join our Discord channel, which all links are in the description as well. But thank you very much for watching this interview with us.